Hey Mochis, my name is Jay and this is Confessions of a Delivery Boy Part 2. So a few weeks ago I was out delivering, and for some reason during this week a lot of people just started ordering delivery at 9 o'clock at night. The weird thing about this is because a lot of people don't usually eat food at 9 o'clock at night. Usually it stops around like 7:30. So this week a few people started ordering delivery at 9 o'clock at night. So during this day, this guy calls me, right? Hello? Can I get a delivery to so-and-so? Yeah, I'll be there in like 20-30 minutes. No worries, no problem. So the chefs make the food, I take the food, I deliver it, right? So now I'm in the car and I'm driving to the address, and the thing about delivering at night is you can't see anything. The guy did not put the porch light on or the garage light on or any type of light on. It was just pitch black. How am I supposed to find your house? I don't understand what you expected of me. Like, I'm not an animal. I don't have night vision. I'm not like a Navy SEAL. I don't have night vision goggles. So I finally find the house and I drive up to the driveway and I park. As I'm getting out the car, I'm looking up the driveway. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of delivery drivers do this. The delivery guy gets out the car, he looks at the driveway, and then he looks at the house. This is how we gauge how much tip we're gonna get. Like, if a guy has like a Porsche in the driveway and he has like a big mansion, we could expect like at least a minimum of like 20% tip, if not more. Now if we get out the car and we see that there's a hoopty and you have like a small little shack of a house, we're gonna expect like no tip or $1 if we're lucky. So I get out the car and I look in the driveway and there's a BMW 5 Series, and the house that, you know, where I'm delivering to is typically, you know, kind of expensive, you know, it's in a nice neighborhood. So I'm walking up the driveway, I'm looking at the car, like, oh, it's like nice, it's a nice car. And I look around, you know, no one's around. I knock on the door, delivery. So I didn't hear anything for about a good 3 minutes. And usually when I knock on the door, you know, I give like a good normal knock, and then like the second, third time it like builds up, so it's like it gets louder, you know, like I go like, and then I go boom boom, and then boom boom boom. It gets louder to let them know, like, you know, like, I'm here, did you not hear me? So finally the guy opens the door and comes out and he's like, yo man, what's going on, yo? Delivery, it's gonna be like 32 something. Alright, I'm gonna get you the money. Give me 1 second. So he goes back inside, he doesn't have the money ready. It took you like 5 minutes to open the door. You don't have the change ready? What did you not know that I was coming? So he comes out, right? He hands me the money. And as he was handing me the money, he says, yo man, I'm sorry, yo, we all hurting out here, man. Here you go, man. I'll get you next time. I'll get you next time. Let me tell you, this was at 9 o'clock at night and my shift was over. I'm about to go home, and this guy makes me wait another 30 minutes to deliver the food to him. And it was really cold. He made me wait like 5 minutes outside his door, and he gives me no tip. Mind you, in the driveway he has a BMW 5 Series, and the neighborhood that he's living in is kind of well off. So I'm like, alright, you know what, no problem, dude, you know, it's all good, I understand, you could get me next time, it's okay. When someone says I'll get you next time, I remember it. You know, you'll always think about those negatives in your head forever and ever. So I remember the guy. Fast forward a week and it's the same thing. He calls at 8:40 and he's like, yeah man, can I get a delivery? I'm like, yeah, what's the address? He's like, you know, gives an address. Chef makes the food. I take the food. I deliver it to the house. Like, even though it's still dark and he still didn't turn the light on, I know where the house is. I made the mistake the first time. Not gonna make it again. So I get there 5 minutes earlier. I get out the car. I see the BMW 5 Series. I see the house. And at this point in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, this is about to be a nice fat tip, because last time he didn't give me a tip and this time he has to give me a tip too. So I look at the order and see how much it is. It's like around 32 something again. I'm like, oh sweet, 10% of this is gonna be like at least $3. So I'm thinking like I'm about to get a $7 tip. I'm like, yo, this is a pretty good deal. It's pretty sweet. I go up to the door, I knock on the door. Delivery, no answer. This scene looks really familiar. Like, I'm starting to think that I have deja vu. Like, this whole thing looks familiar. Like, this happened before. I'm like, no, like this is not right. Like, this is the second time I'm here. Like, he got me this time, right? So I knock on the door again. Delivery. So he comes out the door. He's like, yo man, what's going on? How much is it? And I'm like, hey man, what's going on, man? Remember me? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, it's 32 something. And he's like, hold on, let me get the change. And I'm like, yeah, take your time, you know. I'm standing there smiling, thinking like, you know, go ahead, take your time. I'm about to get a nice tip. Don't worry, you can count all my tip out for me. You know, it's all right. So he comes out and hands me the money. He's like, yo, keep the rest. Like he was a baller. And I'm like, yo, I can keep the rest of this? And typically when I get the money, I don't want to like count the money in front of them, because I don't want to be rude and show them my facial expression when I get no tip. Usually I wait until I get in the car and then count the money, you know, just in case. So I get back in the car and I'm like counting the money, And guess how much this guy gives me? Mind you, he came out and gave me the money all confident, like, yo, you can keep the rest of the change, like, it's for you. That's not something someone broke would say, you know, like, a broke person would not say that. They would be embarrassed to say, you can keep the change, where it's only like a cent or something. Like, you want to say that. That's only something a baller would say. So I started doing the math, right? I subtracted $32 from what he gave me. He gave me $1. He gave me $1 tip. I feel cheated, frustrated, stressed out, and just sad all at the same time. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you order $30 worth of food if you can't tip the driver? Tell him about some lie about hurting out here on the streets and that I'll get you next time. You know, got me all excited, got my hopes up. So the moral of the story is, don't waste money on something that you can't afford. Give me a thumbs up if you like these videos. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.